Welcome to MaxspeedTV! Now let's lick that like button. Revving engines feel the thrill this Sunday night. Check your flag, motorsports, let the sparks ignite. Lights are shining bright as the flag waves high. Adrenaline is pumping, watching trucks go by. MaxspeedTV is where you see them fly. OP Racing Premiere, get your Monday night fix. They're bumping and grinding and scraping the fence. Weaving through the tire smoke, heroes will rise on the side racing circuit under virtual skies. So bring on the racing, where the legends are born. At MaxspeedTV, hear the engines roar. Every bump, every duel, watch the story unfold. And with each drop of fuel, pure racing gold. It's on the Thursday nights where OPTNT ignites. Wheel to wheel banging, fuel and fierce fights. 87s crank the laps like lightning in the sky. Super speedway warriors hear the thunder as they drive. MaxspeedTV is where you see them fly. Then come Saturday, tire squealing in the turns. OP Racing Unlimited, feel the adrenaline burn. Trucks hauling cargo like it's fresh from the steel, with heat from the asphalt like a barbecue grill. So bring on the racing, where the legends are born. At
Shopping for a new Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like $10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
Checkered Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkeys. Race 2 of 2, the final round of the top 8. Talladega Pepsi 212, sponsored by Sean Stevens, and of course presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. Yes, we are back. Top 4 will be locked in after tonight. Of course, myself, Joshua, my brother Jeremy. If y'all haven't heard him already, he is up here as well. About as ready as we'll ever be, bub.
Yep, I am ready. I've been waiting all day.
Oh, well.
Be another good race tonight. I have a feeling.
Yeah, and I think it will too. Of course, you know, CFM, these guys, you know, they do some amazing stuff. They go green flag. I mean, I know, like, you know, like every other, you know, race that can happen. Of course, they have their ups and downs like everybody else. I think we're going to have a pretty good turnout here tonight, too. I've got the pre-race analytics pulled up here already. Air temp of 68, track temp 77. Of course, 80 laps, no stages. 2 fast repairs, 2 GWC attempts if need be, 212. It's actually 212.8 miles, but we just put it at 212 because that's the image that I got, so that's the image that I went with. Unlimited tires, 50% fuel. I mean, we could have you know, a decent fuel run or a fuel strategy tonight. It's, you know, it's still there. We've seen a couple of great fuel strategies, Bub, over the last, you know, week. So I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibilities. You know, if we see a lot of green flag runs out here tonight, these guys could be on the verge of, you know, having to save some fuel toward the end of the race.
Yeah, was it last week that they ran out of gas, or was it the week before? Or am I talking about OP?
You're talking about OP.
Okay, let's see. I've slept since then, so I can't remember from race to race what happens. But yeah, it's I don't know. I just don't even know what to say, honestly. My mind's blank.
His mind just went poof. Well,
it did. It just went poof.
Well, regardless, I think we're going to see some great racing out here tonight by these guys. Of course, pit road, you know, especially for these top 8 drivers. I mean, you've got to not only be safe on pit road, but you have to be very aware. You got to be safe on the track. You've got to be very aware on pit road as well. You do not want to get caught speeding here. Pit road speed 55 miles an hour. That can definitely set you back some. Maybe even go a lap or 2 down, depending on, you know, how far back you are. So these top 8 drivers, we'll get to them here in just a second. They've got to be on their toes out here tonight, all the way around the tracks for a full 80 laps, and it could be 86 laps, depending on if we have to use both GWCs here tonight, but 80 laps for sure under regulation. Of course, our pace speed here at Talladega is 70 miles an hour here this evening. Taking a look at our top 8 in the point standings coming into tonight. Now, remember, these guys don't do a win you're in, so you have got to get in on points. And I was a little concerned about, you know, James Mayer, Mark Mann here, but they have made it into the lobby. They are here. So all top 8 drivers in the chase coming into tonight are here. So everybody still has a fighting chance to get into that top 4. Right now, coming into tonight, Paul Servant in the top spot at 30.51. Anthony English in second at 30.44. Only 7 behind Paul to take over that top spot. Mark Mann in third. That's kind of why I was worried about Mark. Is, you know, he's in that top 4 right now. I think a good solid finish for Mark, and, you know, I think he will be able to squeeze in that top 4. Of course, he's going to have a clean race out here tonight, too. He's at 30.42, 2 back behind Anthony English. Rick Sanchez at the moment rounding out the top 4 there in fourth at 30.39. Here's 3 behind Mark, and, well, the reason I was worried about James is because, you know, he's in 5th on the outside looking in. He can do it here tonight. We'll see what happens. I think a win, really a win, I think, for any of these drivers definitely would solidify that spot. Of course, that also depends on where everybody else finishes too. But I think James with the win out here tonight, if he has some help, he grabs a win, I think that'll put him in. Now, this is just going from me talking. I don't know how it's all going to stack up, when all the points are said and done. But, James looking pretty strong. He's at 30-36, 3 behind Rick Sanchez. Rick Seabrands, they're in 6th at 30-34, 2 behind James Barrett. Dana Osborne in 7th at 30-31, 3 behind Rick. And Nicholas Wing is going to round out the 8th driver there at 30-16. Now, he is 15 back from Dana, but I think if Nick can grab a win out here tonight and the drivers ahead of him don't have the finish they wanted, of course, that would, swing Nicholas Wing up into 4th. But you also got to look at, from 30-39 to 30-16 on how far back that gap is, too, which is not very much. What is that? 16, 26, 30, was that 20?
Or 30-51?
30-39 to 30-16.
39 to 30-16, it's going to be 23.
Yeah, 20. So that's not a bad gap between Nicholas Wing and Rick Sanchez. So, I mean, it could very well possibly, happen. Nick could grab a win, and the drivers ahead of him in the points here doesn't have a good race or not the finish they want. And, that would throw Nick up there in the top 4. So all drivers are in striking distance. They can make it into the top 4. Hopefully we'll have that information here tonight before we're done with the broadcast. Unless we don't have any major shenanigans on the last lap or anything. But I know David O and them will do the best they can. I was talking to David earlier, and he said he'll do the best he can when he can do it. And so hopefully we have that. If not, well, we'll just leave everybody on a cliffhanger again. So, but with that being said, we're going to step aside here, folks, and do our national anthem here tonight. Qualifying here at Talladega will be underway when we come back.
So proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land unafraid? You're the home of the brave. was unaware that flag is still there. It's our future to say, stand of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.
Alrighty, folks, qualifying underway here tonight at Talladega. Eric finally joining us. Of course, he's on his phone on his way home, so Eric, be careful, buddy. Gary Wells in chat here tonight. How you doing, Gary? Glad to see you. You know, I've been, you was in the Pro Series chat when I seen you, so glad to see you tuning in, buddy. Appreciate it. Stephen Lane, all here as well. So I guess everybody decided to join the party here tonight on MaxspeedTV. It's a party, not a potty.
That's funny.
All right. Well, a big shout out to Sean Stevens sponsoring tonight's race. And speaking of Sean, right now in the top spot at a 54.158. Now remember, they only get one lap here. David O there in third. Now I've got my pick out here tonight. I even rolled the dice as old Eric would have done. And my pick, whoever qualifies 17th here tonight. That does include those that don't qualify either. So my pick is whoever qualifies 17th.
That's funny.
Exactly. So right now, old Sean Stevens still holding on to the top spot. We do have Nick Wing, Anthony English out on the track, Dusty Burkhart, Daniel Holloway, Dana Osborne, and James Mayer out there. And I don't see Rick Seabrands or Kenzer, Mark Mann, or Jerry coming out yet. Michael Pratt. We'll see exactly if they do decide to come out. Looks like Burkhart will be finishing his lap up here. He's going to go into 11th. Daniel Holloway, Mr. Candyman himself, will be finishing up his lap this time by, and that is going to be a 59.767. He's going to start toward the back, it looks like. Well, it don't count. Never mind, because that was his out lap. My bad. All right. Dana Osborne will finish up his lap here. 54.145. That is going to be good enough for the top. What a lap there by Dana. One of the drivers that needs some help out here tonight. Miss Belva is out there.
Anthony's about to cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
See what Anthony does.
54.208. That's
Yep. That's good for fifth.
good for fifth. Yep. And it looks like Dana is going to hold on to it. So let's find... Well, let's find Dana. He's right there. Let's go ahead and drag him up here real quick and talk to that number 8 machine. Dana Osborne, buddy, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. Well, I know coming into tonight, man, you got to get it done tonight. Last race before the top four's decided, buddy. And I know you need some help for sure, but it's Talladega, big wide track. A lot can happen out here tonight. What's it going to take, bud?
I'm just going to play it by ear and just lay back in the back, I guess, and just ride around to the last.
Okay, all right. Well, you're going to start up front. Are you thinking about maybe hanging out up front for a little bit or pulling it to the back or just kind of see what it feels like?
Just see what it feels like. That's
Okay.
about it. I don't know. I just got to stay out of trouble.
That's the number one thing. Got to stay out of trouble for sure. All righty, Dana. Well, awesome job out here tonight grabbing the pole, buddy. You're going to start up front, unless you decide to start from pit road, but, starting up front regardless. Good luck to you here tonight, buddy. We'll see what happens, buddy.
I appreciate you guys.
Yep, thank you. All right, Dana Osborne. I was making sure I drug him instead of my brother.
Don't drag me down to race room 3.
All right. Well, here's our MaxspeedTV starting grid out here tonight. Of course, we just talked to Dana. And, Dana's just going to take it, play it, by ear here and kind of see what happens, or play it by sight. I don't know if you can play it much by ear, but you can definitely play it by sight. So, Dana, congratulations. Going to start up front here tonight. Congratulations, bud. Sean Stevens, our sponsor out here tonight. It's going to start on the outside there in the number 27 in P2. P3 in that number 77 to Chris Bryden-Baker. The number 46 of David O in 4th. The number 44 of Anthony English starting 5th. The 95 of James Mayer in 6th. The 3 of Paul Servant in 7th. The 021 of Daniel Holloway, also known as the Candyman, is going to start there in that 8th spot. Row 5, top 10. The number 5 of Rick Sanchez. Shall Not, that's what I call him, in 9th, and the 6 of Bubba Winningham in 10th. Row 6, the number 21 of Nick Wing there in 11th. The number 13 of Andy Bergante, 12th. Row number 7, the 62 of Les Levy in 13th. The 53 of Dave Hunt, 14th. Row number 8, Dusty Burkhardt in the number 69, 15th. And the number 41 of David Palmer in 16th. Row number 9, the number 4 of Rick Seabrands in 17th. My pick out here tonight. Thank you, Dice, for that pick. The number 1 of Jerry in 18th. And row number 10, top 20, is the 04 of Mark Mann and the 7 of Michael Pratt. Row number 11, the 11 of Jason Kinzer, 21st. The number 48 of Andrew Schroeder in 22nd. And Lynn McNeese in the number 84 is going to round it out here in 23rd.
Bubba Winningham did not grid.
Bubba did not grid. Uh-oh. I wonder why. I wonder if he's having some technical problems or if he's going to start on pit road.
I slashed his tires.
He is actually going to start on pit road, it looks like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he just lit up. So
yeah. So either he just barely missed the grid or that was by design. I don't know. All right. Well, Steven's sitting on the recliner with an ice machine. Oh, trying to get some of that swelling down. Of course, I know the pain, Steven. Trust me.
Eric says he'll take whoever qualifies 13th, and that's going to be Les Levy.
That'll be less. Yep, that will be less. I rolled the dice there, Eric. I had to grab my D20 as well and give it a roll. I need a dial 100, but I don't want to pay the price.
They make those?
Yeah, they actually do.
Oh, do they really? Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, they actually do. It's called it's a dragon dice is what it is. All right, here we go. Pace car is down here tonight. Checkered Flag Motorsports Speedway in Bucky. Season number 5, round 2 of 2, the top 8 of the chase. The final 4 will be decided after tonight's event. Here we go, folks. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing at Talladega. It'll take a minute to get up to speed.
Yeah, they just hit 170, so.
Yeah. They do have that little extra horsepower to try to keep these trucks stabilized. I think it's 5 extra horsepower or something like that. It's under the info tab. So Shawn Stevens now taking over the lead with the 46 of David O and the 95 of James Mayer. 3 trucks on the outside leading the way here. First lap here tonight. Now, they do get a bonus point for leading a lap, so every point will matter for these drivers out here tonight. And this lap is going to go to the 27, it looks like, of Shawn Stevens. It's kind of everybody just spread out trying to get around that number 27. As we see the 46 of David O now taking it to the bottom. Yep, lead a lap, finish the race, and of course, I ain't worried about 3 wide here. That's about worried about 3 wide at IRSS. I'm not really too concerned with it. Oh yeah, you could use the percentile dice for a D100. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yep. They make a 30 sided. And they do make a 100 sided single dice, but don't want to pay the price for it. And David O is going to lead that lap. Now, even though the chase drivers may lead a lap or 2 or whatever the case may be, they will still get that bonus point to help them out in the final standings of the season, of the whole season. So they do count for them as well. We're seeing that 3rd lane really starting to roll up there, and that is that Hershey's Kisses machine of Daniel Holloway. And I'm trying to find him. Where is he at? Where is there he is. There's the Candy Man. I was wondering where he disappeared to. And whoa,
Here we go.
This is gonna be a big one already.
This is Talladega just became a parking lot.
Yeah. Whoa, and the big one strikes early here tonight.
Man.
All right, well, I think it was up here with Osborne, David O, and Daniel Holloway. Let's dive down into it here. Man, there was a lot of drivers involved in this. So through the tri-oval here, it looks like right there was a little bit of maybe either contact or net code between the 8 and the 46. And if you get over here on the 8 of Dana Osborne, you're going to see him really kind of jump up into the 021, and that kind of set the stage. It looks like the 021 was also kind of coming down as well. I really can't tell from that angle, but definitely Dana did come up and right into the 021. Let's get on the 021 here of Daniel and kind of look at it from this angle here. Oh, that was close. Yeah, definitely the 8 probably coming up a hair, and Daniel might have inched down, but the 8 definitely come up for sure. With the little hiccup there with David O, and that kind of set the stage for everything that kind of happened here. Might be easier to go through who was not involved in this. It looks like the old 4 of Mark Mann, nowhere to go. Shawn Stevens going to get involved. Andy Brigante. The 3 of Paul Servant going to get a piece of it. The 48 of Schroeder. The 5 of Sanchez. Yeah, that's just getting down to the just some of the drivers that was involved in that one. I think we're going to have some fast repairs used up on this one.
Yep, Daniel used 1. Chris used 1. Yep, that's the only ones I see right now.
At the moment, yeah.
Everybody came down, so.
Man, looks like James Mayer rolling off here. James didn't use 1, so. Sean Stevens decided not to. We do have Sanchez, Bergante, David Palmer still on pit road. Jerry is rolling out here. So, yeah, the big one at Talladega early. Well, I did not foresee that one coming.
My gosh. No, that just became the Pepsi Crash Up Derby 212. Wouldn't mind seeing an overview of that. But I'm not messing with my cameras because I'll end up messing something up.
Yeah, I don't know if I can go back that far.
Yeah.
Well, I might be able to. Let's see here. Let's get a blimp view of this. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yep, I sure can. Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep, big wreck.
Oh, man.
Yep, big wreck. All right. All right. Well, lights should go off here. One stop, you had 2 large turkeys and a good dozen chickens come up for, oh, wow. Wow. All right, lights are going to be off on the pace car. Nick Wing, Les Livy, Paul Servant, Dusty Burkhardt, Chris Breidenbaker, Bubba Winningham. Well, that helped out Bubba.
Yeah.
Dave Hunt. Looks like Lynn McNeese, Michael Pratt, Dana Osborne will round out the top 10 once everything lines back up here. Yeah, turkeys, man, they can get pretty massive. And they're mean.
Oh, yeah.
What I want as a pet, I don't think I can even have it. I mean, I probably could have it in Van Buren. I don't really think they're hooved animals, but I wouldn't want to because of how mean they are. Ostrich.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very mean. I wouldn't mind having a peacock either. I think they are pretty.
They are. First time a turkey attacked me, it would be put in the freezer for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, geese are guards. They're mean too. Yep.
Yeah, they'll chase you.
Yeah, peacocks are loud. Yep. Yeah, being in the city limits, technically, it would be kind of a...
That's irritating some neighbors.
Yeah, right.
So Daniel used a fast repair. Sean, Mark used a fast repair. Of course, Chris did as well.
So several drivers using...
Anthony.
Yep,
Anthony did one. Anthony did it. Here goes the pace car.
Yep, pace car down once again to the safety of pit road. Coming to the restart here. Lap number 7 here tonight. Already showing some little hanky-panky going on down there on the track here for the top 8 finale. And that was a little late of a green flag, but back underway here. Nick Wing going to lead another lap. Paul Servant, Paul went up high. Nick Wing decided, well, you know what? I'm going to go up there too. Looks like Chris Breidenbaker is going to be able to stay on the bottom here. Dave Hunt right along with him. Lynn McNeese right behind him. And Rick Sanchez, and it looks like Michael Pratt all right here together. Got some line changing going on as well. You get that top 3 up off the board here. Looks like that top line is going to be a factor, the middle and top line. You get a 3rd lane up there, and I think they're going to be able to roll here. Right now, it's that 2nd lane doing the job here early on. Jerry, James, Rick got some 3 wide back here. Rick Seabrand's my pick. Sitting right here in that 12th spot here. Don't want to stay on him too long, but he is in the middle of the 3 wide along with, looks like the 46 of the 53 here.
They're getting bunched up again now.
Yep, everybody getting up to speed, getting in the draft. There is a little bit of a gap back here, though. Looks like that would be Jason Kinzer in the 11. There was a gap. Now there's not so much of one. Everybody's starting to kind of fan out once again, trying to figure out what line they want to go in. Now we got that third lane going once again. That's probably where you want to be, is that up there against the wall or close to it. You don't want to hit it, but you want to be close to it. And the 62, though, of Les Levy really not going down to the bottom. He's just kind of rolling in that middle line, trying to steal some side draft now off the 95. I'm going to be screaming out of turn number 2 here momentarily.
And it got loose.
yeah, that's the bad thing about the trucks is they tend to get a little squirrely. Looks like the 69 of Dusty Burkhart right in the middle of it.
About being good time for a brake check.
No.
Or a seatbelt check.
But seatbelt check, no. No, would not be a good time for that. And I don't think you'd have some happy drivers out there either.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Oh, Jason Kinzer. Trying to make a move up the middle here. Doesn't really have any help. And they got a lot of movement up here. Got drivers running the top and the middle lane. Jason just can't seem to find any type of room on the top to get up there, as he is going to go side by side with the run here of Jerry out of turn number 4. Now fighting down to the trioval. 6 of Bubba Winningham also in line in the middle as well. That top side opening up again too. That's going to allow Jerry and Anthony English to, gain a little bit more ground. Try to edge back up there. A lot of 3 wide here at about 3 rows deep. Yeah, somebody is blinking out back here. Who is that?
I think it's David Palmer, the number 41.
Yellow car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be it. Well, we have a lot of yellow cars out here, so got to be more specific on that. Yeah, that is David Palmer.
It is. Yep.
David is blinking in and out a little bit. So yeah, he is kind of mired into some traffic here, and here we go.
Uh-oh. 4 wide, bub.
Talladega. See, they backed out of that quick, and the 11
Somebody
getting
split us.
off
Yeah, here we go.
slowly.
Here we go.
And the wrecket up there too. Yep. Oh, yellow is out. Dave Hunt involved. So it looks like right up here, the 62 and the 1 getting connected together up here. Let's find out what happened to Jerry here. And it looks like Jerry was running top side here. Oh, it goes down to the bottom, and the 62 is right there. Jerry didn't take it down quick enough to the bottom. And the 62 of Les was right there, right into the back end of the 1. And Jerry goes for a ride, comes right back into the 62. And it was on from there, man. Several drivers going to get it. The 46 of David O. The 48 once again going to get caught up in this. The 13 of Andy Brigante. There's where Dave Hunt got it. Dave was trying to split the middle here and ended up catching the 62 and the 1 at the same time. And Dave Hunt goes for a ride in 3/4 and a half. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's get on Les here. And I think everybody else was able to dodge it. The 11, well, the 77 of Chris Breidenbaker, it looks like locked it down to try to dodge it. And, oh, no, he looks like him and the 11. Right there's where him and the 11 got into one another. And that's what shot the 11 down. So they were trying to dodge it in unfortunate circumstances, and man, all right, well, another yellow's out. Looks like everybody down pit road here once again. All right, well, James Mayer is probably going to have to come back down pit road. I think he might have missed his box.
David's got a black flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was from. Speeding on pit road, possibly. It's not been cleared, so if it was speeding, it will not be cleared.
Yep.
If it was, you know, passing under yellow, then it would probably be cleared. You know, everybody trying to, you know, dodge everybody else. But all right, looks like James coming back down. Anthony's coming back down. We got several drivers coming back down pit road. So that's going to put Lynn McNeese, Michael Pratt, Dusty Burkhart, Bubba Winningham, top four right here. Everybody else taking a trek down pit road once again. Lights are off on the pace car here, so we're going to be coming back to green flag racing on lap number 15.
Yeah, David did not go down pit road that time by.
Yeah, that chat translation thing is quite annoying.
Yeah.
So every time I would somebody would say something to Belva, it would change her name.
Wow.
So yeah, so I would have to actually look at it to see who they were talking to. So I disabled it. I got rid of it. I'm done with it.
David had the black flag cleared.
Okay. Yeah, so it was probably something minor then, something that was out of their control. That's the only way they would do that.
Yeah, but he is going extremely slow
Probably.
on the apron. So
He's going to the tail end, it looks like, or trying.
Okay.
We're going to get in line. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go to the tail end here.
okay.
Yeah, he probably got an EOL, which that is a black flag. And once they get it and they go back to the tail end, then they clear it. That way it doesn't affect everybody else.
Oh, okay.
That's the only other thing I can think of, or the passing under yellow. So
Sean Stevens is blinking in and out as well.
yeah, he usually does that under caution laps, but once everything picks up, it usually calms down. So. All right, here we go. Pace cars down once again. Coming to lap number 15 here. Lynn McNeese, Michael Pratt up front. Coming back to the green once again. And green is out. Here we go. Back underway here tonight at Dega. A couple of yellows already here tonight, unlike these guys. But I know there's a lot on the line. But you know, they still need to be careful. You know, All right, already seeing the 3 wide again. Bubba Winningham, Anthony English, Dave Hunt on the outside. I got a little bit of a gap from about James Mayer on back here. Mark Mann, Chris Baker, Dana Osborne, Andrew Schroeder, and Jason Kinzer right here together. You got David Palmer, David O together. Sean Stevens a little bit further back, and Andy Brigante no help either. And these guys up front, though, in the draft, definitely going to have a little bit more of a speed. However, though, you cannot count out Mark Mann. These guys are all single file. They will be able to, I think, catch up to that front pack. But I also think they need to be well aware that what we have seen is usually, in a pack. So gotta, be mindful of that too. We're way early. We're not even halfway. So, just take it lap by lap and kind of see what happens. Looks like the 69 Dusty's gonna kind of back off a little bit here. What is that horn, bud?
It's outside.
Oh.
Neighbors.
Well, tell them to knock it off. We're broadcasting here.
I'm about to go shut my door.
Okay.
Yeah, it works.
All right, Daniel Holloway, Les Livy, battle up front for the lead. And it looks like Daniel going to drop it down to the bottom here. That's going to open it up for the 3 of Paul Servant to go to the outside, and he's going to make mincemeat out of the 0-21 here and just go around him. Sorry, Holloway. I had to say it. You were sitting like a duck there, buddy. Or like a turkey.
Like a turkey.
I mean, he's driving a Kisses truck. He always drives a Kisses truck. And on the back it says Kiss This, so... And Lynn grabbing another lap. That is now going to be 3, of course. They only get a bonus point for leading a lap. They do not get a bonus point for leading the most laps. Yeah, they do. They do get a bonus point for leading the most laps. So leading the most laps definitely will help as well. And, of course, the race winner will receive those 5 extra bonus points, too, on top of all the other bonus points that they ensued during the race. Hey, Brayden. Oh, been sick. Ouch. We got a yellow. Yep. We got a yellow. Oh, James Mayer.
Yep, it was
Dusty. Looks like Dusty Burkhart. Also, let's see, get on Dusty here. He is on the top line here, right up ahead of Rick Sanchez. And, out of the quarter, he gets tagged by Rick. And that shoots Dusty right down into the bottom and right into James Mayer. James, nowhere to go. The innocent bystander, and both of them's going to take a lick into the wall here. And I think James's engine popped when he hit the wall here, too. It did. His engine did pop, so...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He
He had to tow, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no. I mean, he's got 2 fast repairs. Of course, one will be used on this one, but that tow time, man, is not fun. All right, we will wait and see. We're gonna wait for everybody to pit. I almost said pick. Wait for everybody. I can't English tonight, folks.
Can't English.
Nope. Off of pit road here, it looks like, boy, Daniel had to slow it down or he would have got popped for speeding. So it looks like Daniel Osborne, Daniel Holloway, Paul Servant, Michael Pratt, Chris Brian Baker, Nick Wing, Les Levy, Rick Sanchez, Lyndon McNeese, David Overstreet, top 10 off of pit road. Rick Seabrands, Jason Kinzer, Jerry Bergeron, Anthony English, Dave Hunt, Andrew Schroeder, Sean Stevens, there goes Sean, Mark Mann coming back out now, David Palmer, and Bubba Winningham. That's going to round out the top 20. Looks like Bubba's having some problems. There he goes. He got going. Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh, something's going on with Bubba Winningham here. There he goes. He finally got up to speed here. Andy Brigante, Dusty Burkhart. James is pulling out now, but Andy Brigante and Dusty still on pit road. James Bear got the tow, got the fast repair used, and he is getting back out onto the track before he goes any further laps down than what he already is. All right, well, let's see. Still got a lot of racing to go, so about 60 laps left still yet. And we have a handful coming back down pit road here, no surprise. It would be going all the way back to about Paul Servant on back. It does look like Dave Hunt didn't come back down, so he's going to move up to 7th. And the lights are off. Yeah, I don't like being sick. Now, of course, I really can't afford to get sick, so.
Oh, Bub, you can't.
No. I mean, I'm better off now than what I was, but still definitely can't afford to get sick. Oh, I bet, Steven. It will, buddy. Just give it time. I know. I'm an impatient person myself, and after my surgery, I was like, man, I just wish I could hurry up and get better. But you can't rush it. You know. I remember sleeping on the couch, setting up. And I could not sleep.
Man.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, it was rough. I figured out a way where I could at least set up sleeping on my side, but it was still bad. Wow, Eric.
Wow. I just read that.
right, here we go. Lap number 23 coming to the green here. And here we go. Green's back out. Boy, man, it just seems like that green is taking longer and longer. I'll blame David O. Well, I'll blame David here tonight. Oh, wow, Stephen.
I'm gonna tell Jamie.
Oh, wait. I'm sure he's already told her.
Probably.
Oh, man. I got some movement going on back here. Looks like Mark Mann went all the way to the top side. Yep. And he doesn't really have any help. Nobody really to go with him. But that top line's been pretty much the dominant line. They can do it single car, and he is doing it one truck at a time. Now got the 11 of Jason Kinzer down there to the bottom. Back up front, though, we go. We're going to keep an eye on up here as they go 3 wide once again. Maybe we should be worried about 3 wide here tonight. Usually I'm not, but it just seems like tonight that 3 wide is not being too friendly.
I think there's a little bit of ice on the track.
There might be. Yeah, there definitely might be. Oh, who we got peeking around there? That is the number 5 of Rick Sanchez. Decided he was going to go around to the top side here. Do it 3 wide, and then everybody is now back to side-by-side racing, but looks like Bubba also along here. Bubba's going to stay kind of middle line here, kind of opening up that top line again. That's the 46 of David Overstreet. Mr. David O, as we call him for short. Right behind him as they go side by side. Right now it looks like they're giving each other a whole lot of room, but folks, to be honest with you, that's not a whole lot of room. Last week's winner, Paul Servine, grabbing the win there. And Paul looking to kind of sweep round 2 here of the top 8. And Paul right now sitting in that 9th spot. Still a long way to go.
And we're still not halfway through.
No. The word that you like Anthony Bush. Wow, Eric.
Steven.
Whoa, a lot of...
Uh-oh, here we go.
Yep, 77, the 5 going around, and we got more drivers involved.
Yep, that one did not work out.
Nope. All right, well, let's find out. It looks like Chris Breidenbaker was the one that got turned.
Yep, Rick Sanchez was involved too, I do believe.
Yeah, he was right behind him, and I think he's the one that turned him. By accident, but... let's see here what happened to Chris. All these guys were up against the wall. And as they come up, it looks like there was some slowing down going on. Chris didn't really want to get into the back of Dana Osborne here. And that really also kind of opened the door up right there. And that's where the hook happens between the 5 and the 77. And boy, the 5 is all over the back end of Chris. I mean, Rick's just trying to push him, and all it takes is that slight move right there. And, well, the all gut, no nuts 77 machine goes for a ride. Well, he's going to
say that.
It's on the back of his truck.
I know. I can't believe you said that. Wow.
He's gonna need some of those dude wipes after this one. Of course, Bubba Winningham as well going to get a piece of it too. Yeah, I'm just reading what's on the back of his truck. So don't diss me
funny.
here. It looks like David O also going to get a piece of the 6-2. Man, now it seems like David just cannot catch a break. Oh, and then David gets hit by Sean Stevens.
Yeah, he got rear-ended.
Oh, yeah, he might need to borrow some of those dude wipes from the 77.
God.
Oh, man. Oh, you know they're cracking up laughing down there on the track.
Mm-hmm.
Man, David, oh, man, lot of damage there. He might need some of that Jim Beam after this one. Blech. Just sounds
Look what
gross.
Steven said.
I don't even
Steven
want to know what Steven said, to be honest with you. Gosh.
Oh, Lord.
Gosh. Oh, man. Yeah. It's a lot better than what Chris had on the back of his truck about a month and a half ago. So I will give Chris credit for changing it. Oh, yeah, they did, Eric. I mean, you got a point. I'm just going off with what's on their vehicle. So. Oh, it's what Eric said. Oh, yeah. I'm not. Oh, golly, Eric. Crazy. But folks, you coming into chat, this is what you get. Just saying. I think he was. I think he might have was looking at your name, Steven, when he said that. But yeah, I see what. I see what it was said. And my brother is not here. It looks like he muted. He might have stepped away. All right. Well, it looks like, David O is on pit road here. Looks like Sean Stevens says, man, he already took a behind the wall here tonight. No. Our sponsor is done for the evening. That is not what we like to see. Oh. Wow. All right, well, coming to lap number 30. Kind of a race recap here. We've had 4 yellows. Man, I don't know what's going on here tonight, honestly. 4 yellows for 8 laps, 52 laps still yet to go. So we still over the halfway here tonight. And 16 lead changes so far. Man, and David O has decided to come back out. It looks like maybe he was just getting damage fixed.
What I missed.
Big possibility.
Step away.
Steven said that Eric said it, not Steven. Steven didn't say it.
Oh.
Eric did.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Eric. I'm not going to repeat that, but okay.
No, I ain't gonna repeat that either.
No. Oh, man. I don't know what's going on. Nerves, over excitement, over aggressiveness. Is the trucks not handling well? I don't know what's going on out here tonight. Before yellows, before halfway, that's unlike these guys. You know, usually we'll get a green flag run here early on, but you know, we still got a ways to go. So you can get a green flag run out here tonight. That'll definitely separate everybody out. Here we go. Green's back out once again. Everybody's starting to move to the high line. That is going to leave the 7 of Michael Pratt, the 8 of Dana Osborne down here on the bottom for now with a little to no help. We've got some drivers coming up. The 41 there of David Palmer coming up to the back end of Anthony English also, it looks like, rolling up here. Is Anthony going to go to the bottom, or is he going to stay in the middle? It looks like he is going to go to the bottom. We've got that bottom line starting to form up here. We've got also the 69 of Dusty Burkhart in the middle. Not really moving to the bottom and not going to the top. He is staying right there. Rolling the middle line. And the way these guys really need to be careful from moving to the top, to the middle, back to the top, because if they make one slight mistake,
that's all it's going to take.
Yeah, that's all it is going to take. And we've already seen that here tonight. All right, going to look at a blimp view of it. Can't really hear the sound of the trucks, but this is kind of what my brother is seeing.
I'm using chopper.
Oh, you're using the chopper view. Okay,
yeah,
well,
I'm using chopper.
And this is the blimp view here. So I can't stay on this view too long because it makes me dizzy.
It makes you dizzy?
Yeah, I don't know why that makes me dizzy, but looking at it on like TV1, TV2, the regular TV camera angles, it doesn't bother me. And, I can even watch real racing when I do, and it don't bother me. But when I'm looking at it at a top view like that, boy, I get dizzy.
Oh, we lost Shawn.
Yeah, and it looks like Michael Pratt just took it behind the wall. Yep, Shawn took it behind the wall here about 2 laps ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did not foresee that coming, honestly, but I think Shawn might have had enough.
Let's show him the chopper.
Chopper. Get to the chopper. Yeah, I don't like the chopper view. Yeah.
I've got the chopper view. I always, if there's an even amount of numbers or drivers, I always put it in the middle, and that way I can get everybody into the same picture unless there's like 40 trucks in there.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be able to
then
see
you
that.
can't. Yeah. I don't like the chopper view. I just can't do the chopper or the blimp view. I really can't. Oh, got a little wiggly on the top side there. That would be the 8 of Dana Osborne. He's all right. Everybody was able to hang on to it, but we know how loosey-goosey these trucks are, guys. One goes around, we usually get like 3 or 4. Oh, guys.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, Les. That was Les and Dana. That's on the top side. David Palmer leading on the bottom with Anthony English and the 4 of Rick. Here's the 5. We got the 44, the 4, and the 5. All right, here sandwiched together. Rick Seabrand's on the outside. And we've seen how that middle and top line works. And it's working really good here. Uh-oh, looks like
somebody's down.
That would be Palmer. I think Palmer had enough. He's going to go ahead and pull it to the back here. As Rick Sanchez is going to be on the bottom. Looks like Rick Seabrands is trying to get some help in the middle line. And Sanchez really, well, he's got Anthony behind him. 48 Schroeder behind Anthony on the bottom here. 62 of Les Levy, though, leading on the, well, he was middle lane. Now he's kind of on the bottom. And I don't know who got that lap. I think Dana did.
Dana or Les.
Well, I think Les got it. Barely, but I think he got it. Now 52.087 to a 52.138. So yeah, Dana got that lap. Watch that third lane, though. Andy Bernard's 13, leading that top lane here. 53 of Dave Hunt in tow right behind him. Bubba Winningham and David O. You also have Jerry in the 1 hanging out right there with them. James Mayer in the 95 on the bottom. David Palmer kind of fell back here. No surprise that David just kind of, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just go back toward the back here, and if y'all want to wreck, y'all can, and I'll just move up. So oh, wow, Belva. I will let you tell him that. I'm not going to tell him that, okay? About a 9-10 lap run here. Fuel starting to kind of fall off, but everybody doing a good job of hanging on to it for now. We'll see exactly if they can get a green flag run. Boy, Dana Osborne went from the top to the middle. I thought for a second he was going to drop it all the way down to the bottom, but nope, there goes the 3. Pause for 1. Whoa, big wiggle!
Oh.
Wow! I may need some dude wipes after that one.
Wow.
Now I'm picking on the 77 of Chris Bradbaker. Sorry, Chris. Oh, man.
Burst up again up front.
Yeah, it's getting
Have to be careful.
getting a little scary up here, too.
Yep.
See here if we can maybe get on. Let's just hang out here with Bubba Winningham. He's on the top side. Whoa!
Oh!
Yeah, Nick Wing and the 8. Got a little squirrely wiggly there. Nick Wing and Dana Osborne. Now everybody seems to be okay for now, but you know, the more fuel that burns off of these trucks, it lightens the load up and they have a harder time, you know, keeping the back end of the truck down. And then of course when you have a truck behind you pushing you at the same time, it wants to lift that back end of that truck up. So you've really got to compensate for everything that happens out here. And they are coming up on, it looks like David Palmer here. So David would be going a lap down unless we get a yellow here before the leaders come around. It looks like these guys going to dive it down to the bottom over here, getting ready for possibly some pit stops here. Been out here at about 11, 12 laps, so I didn't take into consideration that this is Talladega. I put 15 to 20 laps on fuel. Probably not going to be that far, but I totally forgot it was Talladega. I thought it was maybe Daytona.
Daytona.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking.
You wouldn't?
No, I wasn't. Obviously, I wasn't thinking. Wasn't thinking, but I'm probably stinking.
Well, use some of those dude wipes. Then.
Gosh. Oh, my
Fell into that
goodness.
one.
I threw myself right into that one. Yep. I got some movement. Some drivers dropping it down at the bottom. That would be...
Oh, here we.
Everybody is going to be able to save it, but ooh. Well, that got a little scary. Now everybody's starting to file into a single file line up here, so they are starting to get ready for some pit stops. Of course, they're coming up on David here, so David Palmer is going to go a lap down. He will be the first driver a lap down, and he's been out here only 3 laps, so he will be able to, keep going. And if everybody does pit, he gets his lap back. And then a yellow comes out. Well, that would actually help out David O. As long as David is not involved in it, David would be back on the lead lap. So at the moment, though, looks like, Bubba Winningham going way up to the wall. I think Bubba may be kind of falling back here. I'll try and get in line. I think he thought about it, then Dave Hunt was right there, so looks like Bubba probably, let's see what he does here. He does have the 11, though, of Jason Kinzer. And now Bubba can go down to the bottom if he wants. Yeah, there he goes. He is going to fall in line here. So we're going to mosey on our way back up toward the front here to kind of get ready for some pit stops here. I don't see really anybody coming down now. Everybody's still staying out, at least the top. No, everybody stayed out. Never mind. Well, the top 21 stayed out. That's the 21 drivers that we have still left out onto the track. We've only lost 2, Michael Pratt, Sean Stevens. So, yep. And I almost threw my phone off of my table.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You did that last week.
Yeah, I hit it. Yeah, I'm just over the halfway mark here tonight. Lap 43. Of course, a big shout out to Sean Stevens, sponsor in tonight's race. PEPSI 212 here. I know Sean didn't have the race he wanted out here tonight for sure. I'm sure he was hoping for a better outcome, but, can't take away from his sponsorship. So a big shout out to Sean, sponsor in tonight's race. We do appreciate it, but here we go. Pit stops happening as they come down pit road here. I'm going to back this camera off just a hair. There we go. Right there it is. So pit stops going on here. Dana Osborne, Paul Servant, Daniel Holloway, Les Levy, Bubba Winningham, Dusty Burkhart, Lynn McNeese, and Nick Wing took it behind the wall.
Wow.
Well, I did not see that coming.
Oh, he's a chase driver, too.
Yeah. Oh, he's
There he is.
back.
He's back.
I wonder what happened to Nick.
Oh.
Well, maybe he blinked out. I'm not sure. All right. Well, here we
Here
go.
come the rest
This is
of
a
them.
big
Well.
group down.
Yep. Not the rest of them, but.
Back his camera off even more here. That way we can look at it here. So, Rich Sanchez, Andy Brigante, Andrew Schroeder down pit road, Jerry, Dave, James Mayer down pit road. So, getting a back up to the front, Seabrands, English, Bryden Baker, Mann, Kinzer. These guys are going to have to come down pit road here. As well as, I believe that is it, David O. He is going to be coming out. So, let's get back up here to Rick Seabrands. And did Rick run? Oh, Rick is just getting ready to come down. He given some room. He might have run out of fuel here too. I'm not sure. But they are all going to come down pit road here. Anthony English, Chris Bryden-Baker, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, Jason Kinzer. So David Palmer is he is on the lead lap. He did get his lap back the old-fashioned way. So that is going to help him out. It looks like he'll fall in line here, but he will have to come down pit road, though, in about 4 to 5 laps, no doubt about it. As Anthony English, Mark Mann, Bride Baker, Kenzer, Seabrand, Sanchez. Sanchez is bringing along Schroeder and Brigante right along with him. These guys are already up to speed, so they're going to be flying around these guys coming back onto the track here. And they're going to give some room, let these guys come out. And if I was out there racing, I would do the same. I'd pull high, just kind of let these guys come out. Because, you know, you got the speed on them already. So, you know, just go ahead and get around them and see what happens after that. Paul Servant, Daniel Holloway, Dana Osborne, here they come as well. Anthony English, Leslie, these guys are going to kind of file in line here. They're going to have to get connected together here and get up to speed, because these other drivers are just going to blow past them if they don't. No, whoa! Burkhardt dropping it right in front of Anthony English. All right, well, Rick leading the way here. Lap 47 here, and already seeing some movement out here on the outside. That's a 3 at Paul. All right, we are still watching it. Paul going to take back over the lead here with the Candyman, Daniel Holloway there in a P2, P3 spot. Sanchez is right there below him. And, well, you got the 8 also of Dana Osborne in tow here, too. So out of turn number 4 they go. Coming to lap number 49 here, folks. This time by Paul is going to lead another lap. Yep, that's exactly. Yep, he is going to lead another lap. That's going to be 4 under his belt. And Dana Osborne has led 10. Les has led 7. Lynn has led 4. Rick has led 1. Dusty's led 1. Andy has led 1. Jerry has led 1. Anthony's led 2. James Mayer's led 1. Rick Seabrands has led 1. Palmer has led 3. Nick Wing has led 7. David O has led 2. Pratt led 2. And Sean Stevens had led 1 lap. Kind of give an idea of everybody on how many drivers have led some laps here tonight, regardless of if they're in the chase or not.
Somebody's on the apron.
That would be the 62 of Les. They go 4 wide. Now back to 3 wide, but it's still a little sketchy, a little scary. NetSpeed, how you doing out there? Yeah, number 5. Yeah. I know which Rick you're talking about. I know we got 2 of them out here, but I know exactly which one you're talking about. Also known as shall not be named. I said that for a while. That's actually his nickname I gave him. So, because I think it was Belva that said don't say his name, so I went, okay, I shall not say his name, and shall not stuck. So wow, Aaron. Well, I mean, Belva started it, so killing me. Lap 51. 9:11 Central, 10:11 Eastern. As we wind down the, well, last 28 laps, I guess you could say, here tonight. Still looking at some green flag pit stops, though. They still can't make it to the end. They went, what, about 12 laps, 13 laps, something like that? Let's go
13, 14, something like that.
Let's go 14 laps here. So if pitted out about 9 laps ago, so 9. So about lap 57, they'll have to pit again. So we'll go lap 50. We'll go 56. So we'll say lap 56. That'll put them at like 14. That's only going to put them to about lap number 70 here, even on this this next pit stop. So I think they can do it in one more. This pit stop, or 2 more. This pit stop, and then at lap number 70, that'll give about a 9-10 lap run. But of course, we all know, that cautions, change, can change strategies. And if that is what some of these drivers are banking on here, and they get a yellow, you definitely could change the strategy factor for sure. It also depends on when the yellow comes out. So, if we get 2 pit stops and then yellow comes out, it's probably still going to put them right around that mark. It might only change about a few laps. But, if we get to, through those pit stops and then yellow comes out, then it definitely could be some changing of the game here as they are coming around. It looks like David O to put him down another lap here. And David O just kind of hanging out doing David things. I know David would like to get back on the lead lap, but he is going to need some help here. He's going to need at least 4 more yellows and not be involved in them either. So, yeah, because Nick Wing is a lap down, David Palmer's a lap down. There's 2 yellows right there as long as them 2 are not involved in it. And then David O's 2 laps down. So David could get his laps back, if Nick and David are involved in a wreck, or if, Nick's involved in one and David is not, then David will get it. But, yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen to where David could or couldn't get back on the lead lap, but I've seen it. So, I know David would probably wish he could get back on the lead lap for sure. And David doesn't have any fast repairs left either, so yeah, so he's going to have to be careful if he wants to try to get back on the lead lap. But with no yellows coming out at the moment, it's not looking too promising for that number 46 machine. Nick Wing and David Palmer. David is all the way back in 20th. David had already pitted. He's been out here at about 3 laps. Everybody getting ready to come back down pit road here. So this will be lap number 13 for some, lap 14 for others. A lot of drivers out here, about 14 laps. Andy Brigante's been out here 13. He's leading the way here. Everybody jostling to get down to the bottom. Probably going to see some pit stops here coming up, I would imagine. Lap 57, it'll be lap 58 coming up time by. And well, nobody coming down pit road here, so we're going to let them go around one more time here. And while they're doing that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump over here to the pit road camera and turn the camera this way to where we can see these guys come down pit road the right way. And if we have any type of shenanigans going on, then yeah, we have it in store. So back up front we go. Y'all actually caught that live on MaxspeedTV. Adjusted the cameras. And once we see these guys come out of 4, we'll know if we're going to have pit stops or not. Once they start diving it down to the bottom here. Yep,
Here they come.
we go. Yep, man. Good reason why I did that. Looks like everybody. Oh, no, the 46.
Oh.
No. David O had problems. Oh, no yellow either. We stay green. So Daniel Holloway, Osborne, Servant, Les, Dusty, Lynn, Dave, Bubba, and David O all come down. David O having all sorts of problems down pit road. As we are getting ready for the rest of the group to come down here, I would imagine. Good night, Steven. Take care, buddy. And yep, here we go. The rest of them coming down pit road. Well, nope.
No, not the rest of them.
Not the rest of them. Rick Sanchez, Andrew Schroeder, Andy Brigante, Jerry coming down pit road. And so it looks like Anthony English, Mark Mann, James Mayer, Jason Kinzer, Chris Bridenbaker, Rick Seabrands all stayed out. So it looks like you can go about 15 laps here. So
We're coming up on 20 to go at the line.
yeah. That'll put them out about lap 75. Oh, that's still going to be, man, I still don't think they can make it. And Anthony English, wow, staying out again. Now, James Mayer did come down, as well as Nick Wing. And they are really chancing it here. 20.
Nobody runs out of gas.
Yep, 20 laps to go here tonight, folks. We are in a green flag pit stop. And a handful of drivers still has not come down the top 5.
I imagine they will this time.
Oh, I would think. I would think. If they don't, yeah.
Yeah, here they come.
Yeah, here they come. Here comes Anthony, Mark, Jason, Chris, all down pit road here. So, yep, all right. Well, it looks like James Mayer is back out onto the racetrack. Just got back on the track. 41 coming up on him here. And that is David Palmer. David is a lap down, but yeah, we'll definitely can help out James here if need be. Oh no, Chris had to back up. All right, well, 19 to go here at the stripe. There it goes, it updated there finally. Mark Mann is our leader currently, but the ever screaming Rick Sanchez and company is flying up to them as Mark Mann and Anthony English take over point for now. And I say for now with respect because, you know, Rick and them was coming right behind them. Let's see if Rick and them decide to go to the outside of the 04 to 44. Doesn't look like they're going to at the moment. No, they're going to go ahead and kind of hang out behind them. No surprise. Hey, good way to save fuel, staying in the draft. All right, Mark, Anthony, Rick, Andy, Andrew, and that is the top 5 right here together. Rick Seabranch, Jason Kinzer right here together, but they got some company coming up on them. Holloway, Lynn, James, Paul, Dana, Les, Jerry. Looks like the 41 as well of David Palmer. And coming up on them, 2. Dusty Burkhart kind of by himself back here. No help with the 69. Dave Hutt has the 6 of Bubba Winningham with him. Of course, they are kind of sitting pretty good here. If something was to happen up front, then, you know, they have time to kind of recuperate, dodge everything. So, 17 to go. Going to be close on fuel, I think. Do you think anybody's going to run out?
I don't know. That's crossed my mind a couple of times. They can't make it right now. So.
Well, I think we're going to have a few that may try it. Honestly. I don't think Rick Sanchez, I don't think Andy, I don't think Andrew can make it. However, and with Mark Mann leading, Mark's going to burn up a lot of fuel. And Anthony being right behind him and keeping it close, he's going to burn up quite a bit of fuel too. So, yeah, you may be right. They may not be able to make it, but I wouldn't put it past a handful of drivers out here to try it. Don't count them out, exactly. All righty, Anthony, stay on the track there, buddy.
Now would not be a good time to have a hiccup.
No. I mean, you're not wrong there, Natsby. He is in that truck. He is in that masturbator.
Wow.
Dirty hooker, balls deep tackle truck. So, you know, I mean, you're not wrong. So, yeah, I get a kick out of it every time I see it. So, laps to go. Everybody, though, still pretty much single file. I mean, you get back here to the 1, I believe. That's the AWR. Who is in there? That is the 1. That's Jerry. I mean, he's and trying to take it side by side with these guys, but nobody's going with him. So, you know, honestly, I think really. Oh, here we go.
Oh my God.
Everybody down pit road. Good Lord Almighty.
Man.
Boy, that just opened up a can. Jerry staying out. He had no choice. He was on the top line. He could not come down.
Bub, did you expect that at all?
No,
Oh,
I did not. I think if Jerry would have known, I think maybe he would have thought about staying down there. But that just goes to show you that you don't know what's going to happen. We see a lot of these other drivers too. Dusty Burkhart, Dusty Burkhart. Okay, hang on a minute. Dusty Burkhart, Dave Hunt, and Bubba Winningham didn't come down either. But Jerry is going to lead another lap here. That's going to be 3 now under his belt. And why is my phone going off?
I didn't text you.
Wow, Eric. Dusty Burkhart, Dave Hunt, Bubba Winningham right here, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think these guys are going to be able to make it. They've already been out here 12 laps. We still have 11 to go. And Jerry's staying out. I don't know if Jerry saved enough. These drivers are eating him up, though. About 24 and a half seconds back and closing. 26 and a half a second. Looks like, yeah, about 26 and a half seconds back and closing to Bubba Winningham, Mark Mann and company, Mark, Anthony, and Rick. 10 laps remain. What's Jerry gonna do? He's gonna stay out. I think at this point he's kind of made his bed. So 9 to go. It'll be 9 to go here at the stripe. Boy, I can't math here tonight either. Can't talk. Can't math.
Can't English.
Well, talk.
Talking, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is the, I think that is the 70. Yeah, that's the 77 of Chris Breidenbaker. And I think Chris, yeah, he might have just come off of, well, he's been out here 3 laps, but I think if Jerry was down on the bottom and he seen these guys pit, I think he would have come down, but being stuck out there on the outside, I think he just decided to, you know, go ahead and stay out here. Oh, Dave, a hot, Dusty, Bubba, down pit road. They couldn't make it either. So, yeah, they were out here 14 laps, and Jerry's going to have to come down here too. He's out here 14 laps now, so he's going to have to come down. And, yeah, here he comes. Jerry's going to give up the lead here. He's going to jet down pit road with 8 to go. Of course, he'll make it 7, him or Mark. Mark will be our leader if he can get around Jerry, which I believe he will. But yep, Mark Mann is taking back over the lead here. Anthony in second, Rick in third. Now you've got Rick Seabrands and company coming. Rick, Jason, Andy, Andrew, James, Daniel, right here kind of sandwiched together. They have ran down the back end of Rick Sanchez. I mean, you got 3 trucks compared to, I don't know how many trucks there is in that group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7? About 7 trucks. So definitely kind of ran them down for sure. And Anthony English going to the top. Rick Seabrands going to the top.
Man,
they kind of
here
left.
we go.
Yeah, they kind of left Rick Sanchez and Mark Mann down there on the bottom, really with no help. Well, here comes Schroeder, and I think Daniel Holloway. I think Daniel's going to back out of it here. Yeah, Daniel has no fight in the mix here. He's just kind of an innocent bystander, and so he's just kind of let them duke it out up front. He don't want to be the cause of an accident, messing up anybody's chase, top 4 potential. So he just kind of backing it off. He's going to let these guys duke it out. No surprise. Now Nick Wing. Now Nick is the first driver a lap down. Yeah, Nick is going to fight hard if he can, and he is right behind the 021. Now he is helping the 95 here, and boy, Mark Mann just kind of lost touch here. He just kind of, whoop, here goes James down to the bottom. Man, this is going to be a dogfight to the finish.
Yep, it is.
This is going to be something for Schroeder to do on his coach him up thing. This is what you do. This is what you don't do here. The next episode, coach him up with Andrew Schroeder. Oh, man. Now I'm picking on Andrew here. Well, with that lap, it is going to be 4 to go. Well, folks, I got to bring it up because it is still in the realm of possibilities here. 2 GWC attempts. If we get a yellow between now and the white flag, well, we're going to be in that GWC attempt. And they only get 2 of those. And really, I don't think these guys would want to see one. But we can't rule it out. If we get a wreck from the front all the way to the back with any driver here and there in between, then it could definitely happen. Now, it is iRacing cautions only. So if iRacing deems it a yellow, then it will be a yellow. And if they deem it not a yellow, then, well, guess what? It is not a yellow. So all cautions are now done by iRacing itself. No admins will throw for any reason whatsoever. Anthony English, P2 in the point standings coming in 2 to 9. Rick Seabrands needs some, a good finish for Rick. I think he'll be okay, but man, he has got some, Daniel Holloway dropping it down to the bottom. Here comes Nick Wing. Daniel is not going to let these guys race it up side by side at all. James Mayer going to the bottom. Mark Mann going to the bottom. Here goes the 021 trying to get to the bottom. It is not happening. 2 laps to go.
Figured we'd see some movement.
Yeah, we're about to see a whole bunch of it after the white flag.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if old Rick Seabrands.
Well, we're going to have a wreck.
Yellow's out. Wow.
It wasn't much of a one, but
It was enough.
It was enough.
It was enough. It looks like Schroeder. Ooh, Schroeder was all over the back end of the 021 here, too. But I really want, man, there was a lot of movement going on back here with Daniel. Let's kind of get on Schroeder here, but we're going to watch Holloway. Let's turn the camera a little bit, shall we? Actually, let's get on the 021. Let's do that. Daniel Holloway. All right, so Daniel was right here in the middle here. Nick Wing was right behind him. And it looks like down into the corner here, oh, there was just some action going on. It looks like the 21 is pushing, or went to push the 021. And then there was just a little bit of shenanigans going on, and Daniel does save it. And then Andrew comes right behind him. And then there was some more shenanigans going on, and then just too much of a movement there. Looks like by Schroeder. Back it off on Schroeder here. Oh, no, the 21 also moved. Oh, I think both of them moved. Oh, definitely seen Andrew move. That Andrew definitely come down for sure. I think he put Dodge it, ram it to the extreme here. And Nick Wing was right there as well. So, yeah, yellow is out, and that was just enough for the yellow to come out. Weebles wobbles, yep. Well, this is going to be close on fuel. So here we go. GWC attempt number 1 here, folks. 1 of 2. Man, this is getting dicey down here on the track. Got some drivers down pit road. Dana Osborne, Dave Hunt, Chris Breidenbaker, Burkhart, Winningham. Looks like Lynn McNeese. Jerry also come down pit road. So maybe these guys not really wanting to take the chance on, running out of fuel. I don't think they will. They've been out here 13 laps, so I think they could have probably win another lap or two, but all right, well, the way it works, folks, is once we go green, we'll go green. We got to make it all the way back around to the white flag. Once that happens, if we do make it to the white flag, then that will be technically it. If they wreck after the white flag, they just wreck. There are no more yellows. However, if we get a yellow before the white flag, we will do it one more time. And, if we get into that second GWC attempt, then the next flag after the green, that will end it, whether it be a caution or be the white flag. So, got to get through the first one first. We got to see what happens here.
Back, by the way.
Hey, we got 36% chance of rain tomorrow.
Ooh, bring it.
Yeah.
I'm letting the neighbor use my air compressor, and it kept going. The PSI stayed at 16.5%. Come to find out, he's got a hole in the tire.
Oh, well, yeah, that would do it.
So, he's out there trying to patch it.
Yeah, that'll do it every time. I mean, a hole in the tire, it's not going to hold air. I mean, just saying. All right, Anthony English, Rick Seabrands, Andy Brigante, Jason Kinzer, Rick Sanchez, James Merritt, Daniel Holloway, Mark Mann, Andrew Schroeder, Paul Servant, Lynn McNeese, Les Levy, Dan Osborne, Jerry Berger, Ron, Chris Brian Baker, Dave Hott, Dustin Burkhart, Bubba Winningham, David Palmer is back on the lead lap. So, going to be at the tail end, but hey, he's back on the lead lap. 19 drivers on the lead lap. Nick Wing needs another yellow here and a very quick one to get back on the lead lap, not to get involved in it either. So he is still a lap down. David O is out. No, he is actually on pit road here. I thought he was still out on the track, but no, he is on pit road. I think he has pretty much had enough. He is 24 laps down. I think, unfortunately, his night is ended here when it comes to racing. So,
Yeah, he's been down there for 21 minutes. So.
yeah. All right. Well, man. All right, be careful, guys. Let's at least get to the white flag here.
Yeah.
All right, pace car is down. Is it going to be for the final time? We will find out here, folks. Coming to the restart, GWC attempt number 1 here tonight, door to door. Green flag is out. Here we go. Boy, seeing Jason Kinzer down on the bottom with the 4 of Rick Seabrands. You got the 5 also on the bottom. Well, these guys down here looks like going to try to help Seabrands out. I know Sanchez needs a good finish. He really doesn't want Seabrands to win, I wouldn't think. But nonetheless, here he's going to do what he can. Out of turn number 4 here, folks, coming to the white flag. And we're going to get it this time by white flag in the air. One more time around. Here we go.
Pace car driver's probably saying, "Thank God I can smoke a cigarette or something."
Yeah, probably. James Mayer going up the gut.
Oh my gosh, man.
Anthony. Seabrands taking over a point. We got drivers into the wall. Kinzer on the bottom. Kinzer tried to bring it home in the victory lane. Sanchez, Martin, oh no! They're gonna be wrecking. Rick Sanchez is gonna squeak by. Big wreck behind him. Rick is gonna win it. Anthony in second, Dave Hunt in third. Before we get to the winners here, let's take a look at the mess back here and what happened.
I thought Kinzer had it for a second.
I thought he did too, but it looks like coming out of turn number 4, Rick went high. And it looks like Kinzer also went high, and that is what sent Kinzer into the wall. And Rick somehow is going to squeak by that and bring it home into victory lane here this evening. Wow. Well, I can't say for sure, but I think with the win, Rick is going to make it into the Final Four, but we don't know. So Rick Sanchez going to burn it up here. It's been a little bit since he's been up here. Congratulations to Sanchez on the win here tonight. Anthony English there in a P2. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pause it here, and I'm gonna turn the camera because there's a lot of smoke on that dirty hooker number 5 here tonight. It's got it on the side of his truck.
Yeah.
So we'll get Rick and Anthony and Dave up here and talk to them here tonight. Of course, talk about that big wreck there here too, and what Rick's seen from his point of view as well. So hang tight, folks. So we will be right back. Well, alrighty, folks. Well, I've caught up with the top 3 here tonight. Let's go and pull up our P3 finisher here this evening. The number 53, of course, Embry Riddle, Aeronautical University Machine. Dave, a hot Dave. Man, you got some damage on the right front there, but man, I don't know how in the world you made it through the mess here at the end. But yeah, overall, let's kind of talk about it. Kind of a rough start by everybody out here tonight. We had some very early yellows out here, and then we finally got into those green flag pit stops. Buddy, talk about it.
I was running there at the end with Bubba. I was way in the back, and he goes, well, hope good luck, and hope you advance your position. Well, I wasn't thinking I'd be finishing up here in 3rd place, but it ended up that way. That's pretty crazy. I just tried to hang on to it there after that big chaos out of turn 4, and I went through the grass, and so that's where I got the damage from, I think. But I just sort of tried to keep it as straight as I could and finished where I finished.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had some pit stop stuff problems along the way tonight, and I don't know. It was still a fun race. I had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, what was going on pit road? I know at a point in time we had different drivers coming down, and then all of a sudden we had that one pit stop. Then everybody but one driver come down. Of course, that was Jerry. Jerry, I guess I think maybe Jerry was thinking maybe somebody was going to go maybe onto the outside with him, and nobody did. Everybody decided to come down pit road.
Yeah, everybody's got their own agenda sometimes, but you need help with these kind of tracks.
Mhm.
So I was running there with Bubba for a while and Dusty at the end just to try to stay together,
Yeah.
just keep with it. And then all of a sudden that caution came out, so that put us back in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, that was a crazy finish, man. A big wreck. I think everybody but maybe two trucks wrecked or got involved in it or something, man. What did you see, everybody wrecking, or was you far enough back to where you were able to get through it?
I was in the back. I don't know. I was on the inside there. I have really no idea. I haven't even went back and looked at it yet to see what actually happened. But yeah, I was just sort of inside there. I think, I don't know if Lessler or Schroeder was in front of me. Somebody was. And I was just trying to keep it on the bottom out of everybody's way, And next thing you know, I seen all these trucks going everywhere. And I got hit a little bit and started going through the grass. So I said, okay, I'll just keep it as straight as I can and see what happens.
Yeah.
That was about it. So I don't know. I got to go back and take a look and see what happened.
Definitely so, man. Well, awesome job out here tonight, finishing in that 3rd place spot, man. The top 8, is done. We'll get down to the top 4 here after tonight. So the next race coming up is going to be August 30th to round out August back at Atlanta. Not really a super speedway per se, but, with the new layout and everything, it pretty much has made it that way. But getting into the top 4, I know you're probably going to be out there racing. What do you think about Atlanta?
Oh, I like Atlanta. I've won there in the past, so I always have a good time at that track. Just like every other track, I'm just out here to have some fun and race with these guys. They're all great drivers and just fun to be around.
Yeah, definitely.
You do a great job up there in the broadcast. So it's always fun to go back and watch them. It's amazing.
Yelling my head out, my head off.
Yeah.
I did that here tonight a lot. So, all righty, buddy. Yeah, well, awesome job out here tonight, buddy. In the third place, man. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you would like to give before you go celebrate your P3 finish?
Yeah, all the fans out there watching, my family and friends, you up there in the booth calling this, Josh, all the admins here at Checkered Flag and Embry-Riddle, Aeronautical University. That's it. Thanks.
All righty, buddy. You go celebrate. We'll see you next week.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep, thank you, bud. All right, Dave Hunt there driving a P3 out here tonight after the carnage. Let's jump down to the Fox 44 here tonight. Anthony English also making it through the carnage there at the end. Anthony, awesome job. I mean, I think with the finish you had out here tonight, coming into tonight 2P2, I think you're good to go for the top 4. However, man, let's talk about the race out here tonight. Rough start for everybody, but it seemed like everybody kind of got it under control after we, got some green flag pit stops. Man, we got to hear from you, buddy. Talk about it.
Yeah. I'd like to thank the field for wrecking. To come home second. Appreciate it. How I made it through that, I have no idea. I just know I was bouncing off of everybody and their mother and somehow came across second. But so good finish. Yeah, nice to be moving on. Off night for a CFM night, a lot of bad stuff early, and it seemed to clean up a little bit, and then we went back to being crazy again at the end. So I mean, that's just how it rolls sometimes. But all in all, I ain't complaining. Finished second, good race, got some other points. So like you said, I should definitely be moving over to the final 4. So we'll look to the future now and hope we can get a good 3-run stretch here.
Yeah. I know you were up front when that mayhem ensued. I know Kinzer was up there. Of course, Rick was behind him. And then I think you were up there somewhere. What did you see from your point of view? Or was you more worried about making it through the mess?
I watched everything kind of disappear coming out of 2 on the last lap. Like, I don't know whether Andy got me loose or Andy pushed me or whatever, but it kind of shimmied me right down into that middle lane coming out of 2. And at that point I was kind of just screwed. Both lanes started freight training me, and I think Jim picked me up. And I think when we came out of 4, before that wreck happened up front, I think I was like 10th.
Oh, okay. So you were a little bit further back than being up front.
Yeah, I mean, I was leading that outside coming to the white, but like I said, coming out of 2, I don't know if Andy just gave me a bad bump or I got loose, but it just kind of got like sideways and shot me straight down into that middle lane, and it was history from there. So I thought, I didn't think I was screwed, but I definitely thought, that I was like, oh man, it's gonna make it really tight for enough points to push through. But then everybody else decided to die, and yeah, I ended up getting through it somehow. So no, like I've said before, sometimes it just takes a little bit of luck to get some good finishes that you need, and especially in super speedway racing. So I'll definitely take a good win for Rick too.
Yeah, it looks like you are going to be in the Final 4. I just got the message. So congratulations on being one of the Final 4 drivers going into, the round of 4, which, that does start August 30th. So, and you are the sponsor for that race. So don't let us down, Anthony. We're at Atlanta. I've asked you many times, how do you feel about Atlanta? So tell the fans again, how do you feel about Atlanta?
Well, Josh, I love me some Atlanta. So I'm probably gonna throw all my ducks into that race and see how I start off that 3-race run, and see whether I screw myself or if it pays off. But yeah, I'll be balls to walls next week. I'll be running her flat out and doing all I can to stay up front and get as many points and etc. Just sometimes every point matters, so you need to do what you can do. But yeah, love me some Atlanta.
Yeah, it's all about really points in the 3 races. And, it's all about points, too, with CFM. You got to get in on points. You can't get in on a win. So, 3 races now instead of 2. So, 3 races, Atlanta, Daytona, and then Talladega. So, Yeah, there's a lot that can happen in 3 races.
Yeah, anything can happen in 3 races. I don't want to think about it too much, or I won't be able to sleep. So I'm just going to try to go into tonight, thinking, okay, we advanced, and I'll worry about it when we get into the first race. But
Yeah.
but yeah, you got to put on a show for 3 races. So you got to be pretty darn perfect, and maximize every opportunity that you get, and then definitely hope that Lady Luck's riding on your side.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, all righty, Anthony. Well, awesome job at the P2 finish, surviving the chaos down there at the end of the race here tonight, buddy. Of course, put you into the top 4. Don't think about it, but, I know they're going to be in the back of your mind for sure. But awesome job at the P2 out here tonight. I know you got, some final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give. So, Anthony, mic's yours again, bud.
Big shout out to you, Joshua, Jeremy, Steven, MaxspeedTV in general, for everything you guys do, for all the leagues you guys do. Love watching the broadcast back and everything. Big shout out to the the CFM admins. They do a great job over here. They put on a good show. If you're looking for some super speedway racing, you should come hit us up and stuff. It's usually a blast. I think tonight was just one of those crazy, once in a blue moon type crazy nights, because it was such a cutoff race and stuff. So, but big shout out to the teamies, Sanchez for winning, everybody in our channel for doing what we do, beautiful girlfriend watching, mom and dad, everybody else watching home. I think Sean Stevens for sponsoring tonight, everybody who sponsored every other night through the rest of the season, and yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Oh, and Jeremy Stanley for painting this awesome truck.
Yep. All righty, buddy. Well, awesome job again on the P2 out here tonight. We'll see you next time, buddy. Awesome job.
Thank you much, man. Later.
Later. All right. Well, that is going to be P2 out here tonight. We're going to grab him here right now. It shall not. Wow, Rick. Wow, man. Awesome win out here tonight. That was insane. Now, before we get to the final lap out of turn number 4 here, and, what you've seen from your point of view and what maybe was to have happened, this and that and the other, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of the race out here tonight. One of the 8 drivers, in the top 8, you were right there in 4th coming into tonight. You really just needed to have a really good finish to make sure that, you got that next step into the top 4. That's going off of what I see, but let's kind of hear from you. What was your thoughts coming into tonight?
That exact same thing, looking for a top 5, trying to stay up front. Especially there at the end, and I got caught up in a couple of them, and there's some crazy blocks and stuff going on, and that's typical, I guess, with these trucks. They get big runs, and guys get hung out, and they don't want to get hung out, and stuff happens, and
Yeah,
just gets crazy. And there at the end, I hate turning Jay like that, but he. Mark was pushing me. He got me by Jay at the end, and there's nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Even if I'd have let up, Mark was pushing me through him, and he even said, yeah, it was my fault, but I hated that he got turned. He had a good run, and I was going to stay behind him, but it looked like Mark was going to pull out on me, so I was like, nah, you ain't going to there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with you. If you go, I'm going with you, and we did, and I just got lucky that I got it straightened. And ended up where I ended up.
Yeah, because, with the way it happened, you very easily could have went right to that wall as well, you know. I know, I know you don't race like that. I know there was a lot on the line even for you, but still, nevertheless, you still wouldn't race like that. Even if you had to give up your top 4 spot not to wreck somebody, you would have done it. That's just you. However,
that's the last thing I want to do is turn anybody.
Yeah, however, with everything that kind of happened right there, I even, kind of seen it coming out of the corner here after I went back and looked, and, I know you didn't mean mean to turn him, but it did look like, from my perspective, and this is just me talking, that Kinzer was, kind of was moving up too to kind of block you from going, around.
He was, and he said he
Yeah.
did. He was too late. He was too late, and it, with Mark pushing me behind it,
Yeah,
it
it
just
didn't.
shot me past him.
Yeah,
You know?
it didn't help,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not him anyway. It helped me, not
It
him.
helped you, yeah. So, Jason seems, Kinzer seems like a pretty cool guy. He kind of knew what was, on the cusp here, and what could have happened, and he put himself in a position, and unfortunately he got the rough end of the stick, and you walked out of
been
victory
there.
lane.
Yeah.
But
That was a good one. I needed, like you said, I needed a good
Mhm.
finish, and that was the good finish I needed. So
yeah, that was definitely the good finish you needed, and yeah, you are definitely, from what I'm seeing here, you are going to be one of the top 4 drivers. So congratulations, not only on winning the race out here tonight, but making one of the top 4. Of course, I know Anthony made it. We just got done talking to him. He's one of the top 4 as well. And there's 3 races, and instead of 2, there's 3. So there's 3 races, and you don't have to win the races, but I know it definitely helps. You just have to get more points than the other 3 that you're fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
So going down into it, go ahead, real quick.
Yeah, that's you said earlier, the goal: go in looking for top 5s and try and stay up there.
Yeah.
Fighting the other guys with C's behind their names at the end.
Yeah, be very consistent about where you finish. As long as it's being consistent up toward the front, not toward the back, right?
That's the goal.
Yeah, so we're going to start it off at Atlanta, Echo Park Speedway. We all know how the Atlantas can go here. Of course, I don't like the new layout of Atlanta, but that's just my personal preference. I would love to see you guys race on the old Atlanta, but that's just my opinion. With that being said, though, we got Atlanta, round number 1 of the top 4 going into that. It all starts next week. How do you feel about it?
It's one of my favorite tracks. I like that track, even the new one. And I've had some success there. So looking forward to it. And yeah, like I said, looking for those top 5s and consistently.
Yeah. All right. Well, Rick, again, congratulations on the win here tonight. Again, congratulations making it to the top 4, buddy. I know you got some, final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you would like to give for your, your race, your finish out here tonight, and everything from that to, paint schemes and whatever the case may be. So, Mike's yours, Rick. Awesome job again.
All right. First and foremost, shout out to Checkered Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkeys over here. Dave and Bubba and the rest of the crew putting on a good league. And shout out to MaxsPeed. Always love watching those replays. And shout out to the fam over there. And shout out to, I think it was Steven that sponsored it, the race tonight.
Sean Stevens, yeah.
Shawn Stevens.
Yeah,
Shout out to him.
You got the Steven part right.
That was one of them guys. It's a guy with 2 names almost.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him. Appreciate him.
All righty, buddy. Well, awesome job out here tonight on a victory, man. Go get rested up. Get ready for round number 1 of the top 4 next week at Atlanta, buddy. Awesome job.
All right, buddy.
Yep.
Catch y'all next time.
Thank you, bud. All right, that is Rick Sanchez out here with the win. I see Kinzer. I see you out in chat here, buddy. I mean, I wasn't gonna say it. You know me. I try to keep it clean, but I also try to keep it fair. And but yeah, that was a bad block. But you're out here racing too, buddy. So you got to do what you got to do. So it unfortunately didn't work out for you here in the end. However, it didn't really, I guess, play a huge factor, I guess you could say. I don't know, but at least you take responsibility for what you did and what happened down there, and that goes a long way when it comes to racing. So I know that for a fact. So But getting down here to the official results here tonight. With the win out here tonight, Rick Sanchez is going to punch his ticket into the top 4 next week at Atlanta. We got 3 races in that, so congratulations to Rick Sanchez on the win out here tonight and one of the 4 drivers. Anthony English, another one of the top 4 there in second tonight. Awesome P2 there, getting it through the carnage there that happened at the end of the race here tonight. So awesome job by Anthony here this evening. Dave Hunt will finish in third here this evening. Our last podium finisher. David Palmer coming back after, getting, laps down out here tonight. Scratching his way back into that 4th spot. Awesome job by David. And Dana Osborne rounding out the top 5 here. Dana Osborne is also going to be one of the top 4 drivers as well. Jerry Bergeron will finish in 6th here tonight. Les Levy in 7th. Daniel Holloway in 8th. Dusty Burkhart 9th. And James Mayer in 10th. Lynn McNeese in 11th, Chris Brian Baker in 12th, Rick Seabrands in that 13th spot. Jason Kinzer. Well, we know what happened to Jason. Unfortunately, he is going to finish the race here tonight in 14th. Paul Servant. He will be the last of the top 4. Yes, you heard that correctly. I have announced the top 4 here while I do the grid, the final grid. So Paul Servant will be the final 4 of the 4 drivers out here next week fighting for a championship. Tonight, he will finish in 15th. Bubba Winningham in 16th. Nick Wing 17th. Andy Brigante in 18th. Mark Mann 19th. And Andrew Schroeder in 20th. David O 21st, Michael Pratt 22nd. And rounding it out here, not the race he wanted here for sure. Our sponsor out here tonight, Mr. Sean Stevens. Buddy, a big shout out to you for sponsoring tonight's race. I know this is not the outcome you wanted, but it's part of racing, unfortunately, but a big shout out to you. Of course, Sean will finish in 23rd here this evening. But again, our winner out here tonight, Rick Sanchez, bringing it home into victory lane. Well, that's going to do it here tonight for Checker Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkeys here for round 2 of 2 of the top 8. 3 races in the top 4 starting next Sunday night at Atlanta Motor Speedway, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, right here on MaxspeedTV. But that'll do it here for us at MaxspeedTV. Until tomorrow night, folks, for the OP Premier Series right here on MaxspeedTV. Until then, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.
Welcome to Max Speed TV! Now let's lick that like button.